I agree my viewers. We will have a liberal message from an outstanding politologist like me, Mirak Nujaya. Actually, today I've been watching Russian channel news, and was news they depicted a notorious press conference of Russian President Dmitry Medvedev from the right-wing party United Russia, which now holds the vast majority, 3/4 of the Russian Parliament Duma, 3/4 of seats of the Russian Parliament Duma. The Dmitry Medvedev is Russian nationalist, with notorious Russian president, whose last name sounds like a Bruin. Actually, they defy British Prime Minister Conservative Prime Minister David Cameron, and and wrap him up rather rudely during the press conference in London today. Actually, Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, a nationalist from United Russia Party, right-wing extremist party, told British Prime Minister David Cameron he would make an excellent KGB agent, which sounded like an insult, To me, it's because the KGB used to torture, and persecute innocent dissidents, so-called anti-Soviet, who fought against communist totalitarian dictatorship. And the second, Russian President Dmitry Medvedev rejected any possibility of cooperating with Great Britain and British authorities, like Scotland Yard, with its federal British national agency, Scotland Yard, in order to extradite or prosecute Yuri Logovoy and Kovtun, was duo of Kremlin FSB KGB assassins who actually allegedly poisoned former Russian FSB defector Alexander Litvinenko in London with radioactive isotopes, polonium-210, which was stolen at polonium isotope produced manufacturing plant Mayak. Well, actually, I believe that British Prime Minister David Cameron, leader of the Conservative Party, will make a true point if he keeps pressuring prosecution, if not extradition, of those notorious FSB KGB assassins, Yuri Logovoy and Dmitry Kovtun, who actually were reputed to have poisoned Alexander Litvinenko in London for his refusal to cooperate with those Russian spies, which were Yuri Kovtun and Dmitry Logovoy. Dmitry Kovtun and Yuri Logovoy. In other words, Dmitry Medvedev, Russian Prime Minister, mentioned that Article 61 of Russian Penal Code, of Russian Constitution, that actually prohibited any extradition of Russian citizens abroad. And he said it will never change. He's wrong, but he said never change because, Constitution is a live document, live legal document of the law of the land. And it might change, it might be amended, and might be rectified, and so that may be removed from it because those articles violate international law or constitutional rights of, and cause serious detriment to international relations. I believe Russian President Medvedev severely undermined and subverts international relations between Russia, its a long-time traditional ally, Great Britain, and actually this outrageous. Today, even during those Russian, public program called "Let's Get Married," one Russian woman claimed that we didn't need any English women coming to Russia. It was a very nationalist and rude statement, and I believe that actually it's such statement coupled with statements for those members of for this program to go to emigrate to America and get a decent life there in America, which I found very unusual and incredulous that program, Some that democracy in Russia is stolen, and but still, I might object to that reactionary Russian President Dmitry Medvedev from that right-wing extremist party of United Russia, that actually change will happen and Russian will change too, because it's a live legal document of that country, you know. It may change, it depends what party controls Russia. And if United Russia will lose next elections and will lose its notorious majority, founded by right-wing views members, by actually by depravity and deep poverty of about 50% of Russian population, which lives way below poverty line, and well, actually, I believe that such parties like Just Russia and other liberal parties like the Democratic Party, Communists, maybe will see those majority in the Russian Duma, Russian Parliament. Because United Russia is an organization of post-Soviet communist directors, those former party, powerful party functionaries and former factory managers and owners of so-called kolkhoz, collective farms that actually played their hand like aristocrats and turned Russia or Soviet Russia into jail. And nowadays, even human rights of those people who borrowed a loan, you know, are being violated. They've been denied any right to visit another country. And people who borrow money are not allowed to travel abroad, which is a broad violation of human rights. If those people, among those are people who travel abroad, are you know, cheats and cons, you know, or vicious criminals, there must exist extradition laws from any other country, including with Great Britain. And if Russian government keeps obstructing justice, well, actually, it will have severe consequences for Russian President Dmitry Medvedev personally. If he refuses, if he rejects the possibility of justice, legal justice, being done by what British prosecutors and British national agents like Scotland Yard agents, if they bring their accusations, because otherwise the justice will exist on the level of eye for an eye. So that people who kill innocent people in abroad will have to face with justice if somebody comes up and you know, kills them back, you know, in their country. So if we want to, you know, justice exists on the level of nations, so it will be just that way. If Russian authorities and Russian President Putin reject the opportunity of Western prosecutors or Western federal agents to bring their cases and serve those cases in Russia. Because if criminals start, if Russian mobsters and Russian government start sending criminal perpetrators abroad, organized mobsters and order them assassination, theft, money laundering, they will pay very heavy price. I severely admonish Medvedev who wants to engage in illegal espionage against Western world. But his illegal agent all will be detected, will be exposed, and they will be liquidated, every single one of them, man or woman. And Western government will, you know, will do anything with their power, anything possible and impossible as well, in order to detect foreign spies and prosecute them to full extent of the law. So I admonish any kind of attempts of Russian mobsters or Russian spies, you know, to get involved in an organized crime against Western nation, but will be liquidated by federal agents, by law enforcement agencies of those countries. They will be detected, will be sought out, and they will be liquidated by all means possible, legal means possible. Admonish was near us. So that in the light of the deterioration of the relation between Great Britain and Russia, Great Britain should reply with a series of repressions against Russian spies, you know, Russian money launderers or millionaires who invest in the British economy. I believe should write tax against them and should actually freeze the accounts of the Russian spies in Great Britain and the United States, and, and I believe that, of course, Great Britain should actually stop issuing visas to most of Russian people who they suspect to be terrorists, both terrorists or mobsters or spies. And actually, it will, I believe that the government of David Cameron should respond with a series of repressions against potential Russian spies or mobsters who want to launder money in Great Britain or want to gain a visa to Great Britain, to deny them visas, and should confiscate, freeze all the assets of Russian mobsters who invest mad kind of money into Great Britain. In British banks and mortgage companies or British real estate as well. We should confiscate Boris Berezovsky accounts, confiscate his real estate, confiscate Roman Abramovich real estate, and seize the assets as well. All the Russian oligarchs who invest in Great Britain because they stole that money from Russian workers. They are thieves. They are money launderers. They launder money to Vladimir Putin's company. Should prosecute. And the sooner the justice will actually catch up with Vladimir Putin, Russian Prime Minister of the United Party right-wing extremists, the better Russians and Western world will be.